So that was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that little rest of the West Hall that we wanted to show you. So that was a lot of displays, projection, mounts, that kind of technology. And today, we are going to continue to cover a couple of AI things, but today we're kind of moving into education and UCC a little bit. We're going to show you guys one of the coolest podium type products I've ever seen. We're going to go through a lot of new video conferencing technology, like cloud-based virtual intercom services. Like today is a lot of like communication technology. Isn't that right, Megan?
Yes, and I think we saw a lot of the bigger booths, like Crestron's going to be today. QSIS is going to be today. So we'll go check out all of those videos. But first, Steph, Gary took a tour of the Central Hall. I know yesterday you did a tour of the West Hall. So we're going to check out a little tour that Gary took of the Central Hall to kind of give you the feel, if you weren't there, of what it looked like.
InfoComm and see all those videos. So check it out. This is kind of pan over and look at this so you can see what Hall C includes. Of course, we did rAVe Live yesterday from the Shore booth, but let's head down here into the main aisle, and we're going to walk down and let you kind of see and feel what it's like. Of course, this is day 3. This is supposed to be the dead day, the day that nobody goes to a show, but you can see how busy the show is. This is busy for a third day of a show. Most times shows slow down quite a bit after a couple of days, and for a day 3, this is a busy day 3. Poly, of course, is back with all their collaboration stuff. In the last couple of years, Poly's made some really incredible moves. But this is a brand new kit called the G9 Plus. They just launched yesterday. You can read about it on our website at ravepubs.com. I actually wrote an article about it. We, of course, did an interview yesterday with Clint Hoffman of Lightwear and the Taurus brand. You can actually watch that booth tour we did yesterday at ravepubs.com/InfoComm. They are known for their USB-C transmission products. Of course, here's Wirestorm, another AV over IP company. They were one of the first companies to get into 10G AV over IP broadcasting, and their network HD products are the transmitter receiver products, and they have both 1 gig and 10 gig. There's D-Tools. Here's CVTE. Also, CVTE is interesting because you know them as a Max Hub, right? They're the company that makes Max Hub products.
Okay, so that was just a snippet of what the show floor looked like, and that was really to only give you like a sense of like the vibe. And I think that was on day 3 actually, so that was like in the morning, not even as busy as it like.
Yeah, I don't think like any other time Gary would have been able to make his way through there as smoothly as he did. Like he would be doing his usual, like running into people, kind of going all crazy.
Exactly. Well, okay, so now we're going to kind of break it down into like multiple products that we are interested in. So before we start that, Megan, at InfoComm, there was something called the AI experience.
Yeah, so this was a neat little new area in this back of the Central Hall. And I had to talk to Rochelle about it. There was some booths, there was presentation. So I'm going to let her explain it to you. So let's roll that clip.
Cool.
But right now behind us, you have some presentations going on. What's been happening here?
We've had a lot happen here, but of course we started with our keynote, of course, yesterday, addressing AI and everything has changed. Keynote provided by, of course, QSC, QSIS, Joe Pham spoke agnostically about how AI is going to impact the Pro AV industry and how all of us really can do something within our companies, right? And how we can leverage it, use it to innovate, use it to optimize and be more efficient. And we continue that discussion here in the AI experience area with a diverse lineup of speakers. Right now we have digital out-of-home ads taking place in regards to AI. We also have demonstration of generative AI as well as Kudo that's doing language accessibility and translation simultaneously while our sessions are going on. So making it really easy for individuals from any country to attend and translate our sessions in their native dialect.
Okay, so I'm really excited to talk about this next product. So this is from a company called AWOL Vision, and let's go ahead and roll this clip. I'll talk over it a
Showcase
little
our
bit.
new product,
This is
LTV
a
2500 Max.
128-inch
Here we have a
21 by
live
9
demo setup
UST
with
projector
a
for Microsoft Teams.
21
So
by 9,
I'm gonna let Kevin
128
do
inch
the talking.
meeting room solution, live demo with a Crestron UC engine, Salamander credenza furniture, and a Jabra Panacast 270-degree the camera. So the problem has been in the industry for the 21 by 9
So
was the
I
flat
like this
panel
because you
TV. The
can
size
do it
is
for any
limited
size
to the
projection
105
in
inch,
between like
and
80
you could
and
go with
150.
the micro
And
LED
it
to
works
get
in
the whatever
conjunction with
size you
Logitech
want, but
and
the price of
Crestron.
the
So
micro
it's just
LED
another
is still
example of
quite
what we
very
were talking about
expensive.
yesterday, Megan,
And our
that like
projector
a lot of
can
companies
do
are really,
any
really working
size of
hard to
projection from
partner with
80
other
inch to
companies who
150.
are strong in their respective fields.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think, we keep seeing now like things are, Crestron certified or Logitech
Mhm.
certified or QSys certified. So they're really making sure like, no, these products actually work with our product before you can actually like claim that on a marketing thing. Let's
Yeah.
roll this next clip where we're on the subject of, well, I don't know, never mind.
We're on the subject of
Of
talking
AV, InfoComm, yeah.
AV.
So let's roll this clip from HoverCam. So
let's
this
talk a
is
little bit
their
about the
Pilot
product.
8
You're
Maestro
seeing that
mobile
the center of it is a
cordless
very, very large
teaching
screen.
podium. And what's cool about
So
this
that's
is
great. It's a large
instructors
confidence
it's
monitor.
digital, it's
You'll
wireless,
also
Yeah.
notice
cordless, so
that
you can set it
everything
up
that
kind
I'll
of
be doing here
anywhere
on the
in the room.
podium,
And then
it is
there
being
is
cast
a podium that kind
wirelessly
of
to the
pulls out
display,
and you
either a
can
TV
face
or a
it different ways.
projector.
So you can actually,
And
as
it's
a
doing
teacher,
it
face
not
and
with
engage with your
Wi-Fi,
students. And
but with a
obviously it's
frequency
made
that's
for
10
education, but
times
it's
the
also
bandwidth
applicable
of
to corporate training
Wi-Fi.
rooms and
So it'll
boardrooms when
show
people are giving
4K video
presentations
with
and
no lag or
speakers,
no
kind of like moving it around, playing with it. It's very portable, which we've been talking about a lot.
It also does not work over like Wi-Fi. It works over like a different connection. So it's like strong enough that you can move it, and it'll still be connected to that front board.
Nice.
So I was really interested to see that. But HoverCam's a cool company. They're kind of like they're always like tucked into a corner on the show floor. So, but like for a company that's tucked in like that, they have so many cool things. I think we have another video from them that we're going to show you today. So,
But
very
before
cool.
we do that, I think you have more awards to give away.
Yes, let's give away like 6 of these. So you might have
Yay.
seen our story from yesterday. If you did, just act surprised. So best new AI-based PTZ camera goes to Aver for the TR535. Best new AI-based ePTZ camera is the Logitech MX Brio 705, which I can attest is a excellent camera. Is actually what I'm using right now. I love it. Best new display mount goes to Legrand AV's brand chief for the tiled series of DV-LED universal wall mounts. Favorite IFP goes to ViewSonic for the IFP 110. Best podium / lectern, we just saw it, the HoverCam Pilot 8. I've never seen a better podium than that because of all its capabilities. So definitely go watch the full video. Scroll to the bottom of this page. There's a whole YouTube playlist of everything that Megan and I are talking about today. Go watch that because everything that this podium can do is crazy. It's incredible.
And let's take a break. We mentioned this yesterday, but let's talk about it a little bit again today so people understand. Extron was not exhibiting at InfoComm, but they had just opened up a new space in Vegas. So our team got to go there, see the space, film some videos about their latest technology. So we've also been playing their videos throughout the event. So we're going to talk about esports with Extron in this next clip.
Hey, this is Gary. We're back at the AV Technology Open House. Extron's here in Las Vegas. And I'm here with Kevin Diltz, Business Development Manager. Now, look, as you can see around here, esports is becoming a big part of your support of K through 12 and higher education, right? I mean, there's probably not a high school and not a college that's not looking at esports.
Absolutely. So we've seen tremendous amount of growth in esports opportunities over the last couple of years. And for those who don't know, there's currently about 23 different state athletic and activities associations that have officially sanctioned esports at the state level. So that means that athletic directors, principals, activities directors, they see esports as an equal opportunity as football, as basketball and baseball. So we're building facilities to enable these students to compete at the highest level and really help with them preparing for their pathway into collegiate or possibly pro if that's something that is important to them.
And I think the message here is that if you're an integrator and you're not in esports yet, Extron has a team of people that will basically guide you, that will kind of hold you all the way through from design to commissioning of a system if they've never done one before. And if you're an end user, same way. If you're a K through 12 institution and you're trying to figure out how to afford an esports venue, or you're thinking about integrating esports, or you're a college, you mentioned colleges. Actually, there's about 125 universities that already have esports club teams. And there's about 20, 25 that are actually Division I level esports teams now, and it's actually one of the fastest growing sports in the country. And now, I think it's 2028 Olympics is going to be the first time that they have esports as part of the Olympics.
Yes, absolutely. So esports is now a recognized Olympic sport, and the growth in the collegiate space has just been tremendous. Right. And you know, I think what is unique about Extron that really sets us apart is we have a dedicated team of esports specialists here that we work directly with our schools and our integrators to design esports AV systems. We have a background. My colleague Gabe was the esports director at St. John Bosco High School in Southern California for many years. They just won their 4th national championship title. And then my experience, I worked in the esports space for 2 of the top national competitive high school league organizations for several years, with 10 years of AV experience prior to that in higher education specifically. So we can talk with schools, with integrators to help them understand beyond AV what's required when starting an esports program. How do we recruit students and everything else that goes into building a program?
And you obviously have all the gear to do that, which is it's a lot of AV glue in the background, right? That you're connecting other products together. I mean, here you've got game stations here, and those have to be real time for the players, and the audience has to be slightly delayed so there's no cheating, but you also have to stream it out to Twitch and YouTube and places like that. I mean, you do all of that, right?
We do. So Extron is the only AV manufacturer that has all those capabilities, from video wall processing and windowing processing that we're looking at here. We have, of course, the AV control, the switching, the distribution, all of our audio products, from speakers to amplifiers to DSPs. And really, as you mentioned, what's critical in esports is not just for streaming the matches out to Twitch or YouTube, wherever you want to go, but recording is absolutely critical. So just like after a football game, coaches sit down with their teams, they do film review for team and player development. The same holds true in esports. Well, they'll sit down, they'll watch their League of Legends match or Overwatch, whatever the game title may be, and that's how they improve. So they can see maybe where they could have set up differently, or maybe we made a mistake here. Right. All of that is easily done with the press of a button on a touch panel. You don't have to have third-party software running on a PC with somebody operating that. Really, really simplifies that with our systems. And
Extron actually offers an esports design guide that you can actually download from their website at rAVePubs, or at Extron.com. We, of course, I mentioned rAVePubs because you guys are a sponsor of the rAVe esports show with Bubba Geddert. You've been on the show a few times, and you've been a big supporter of esports the whole time. So you can watch that show. It's twice a month on Thursdays live. You can find out more about that at rAVePubs.com. But of course, consider downloading that esports guide that Extron put out at Extron.com. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thank you, and congratulations. Great.
Back, let's talk a little about UCC. That's kind of my bread and butter. I think it was like the first technology that I came to really understand since being in the AV industry. And this is a really interesting company. So Televic kind of got its start making these like integrated microphone systems for like big conference rooms, government, that type of thing. But they're here showing this 10-inch touchscreen, so you can kind of set up your Zoom call for like a hands-free mode. and the system recognizes you when you are speaking into a microphone, and you can kind of look in and you see everyone's video window. So it's very, very user friendly, and I think it's super scalable. So it can go up to, hundreds of these depending on the size of your boardroom. So they really are good at scalability over there at Televix. So highly recommend checking out that full video.
And let's check out this next video from Axis Communications. So this
and
is
it
their
comes with built-in 4 microphone with a
all-in-one,
attached.
and it offers
It allows
audio
us
and
to
video
monitor
analytics all
any
in one
distress
device. So it's
or
pre-installed
voice
with
stress,
coughing fit and stress
via
voice
the
analytics,
management,
so you can have
video
active
management
incident
system.
management. I like the coughing
The
fit too.
casing itself
a lot of
comes
people,
with a
for
chemical
medical
repellent
reasons, but
that
also
allows
I
us
think,
to do
sometimes
multiple wipe
that's
times
how
a
people
day
signal that something's
to keep it
wrong.
maintenance
Yeah.
free.
And it has 4 built-in microphones and built-in speaker with echo cancellation.
Interesting. That's very cool. Well, another award winner from InfoComm is ClearComm. So ClearComm is now shipping this product. This is the Gen IC. This is a cloud-managed virtual intercom service. So I'm going to let him explain it a little bit better than me.
Completely virtual. And I say virtual because, of course, you might need to connect it to a hardware-based intercom system from
One of the
ClearComm
things
or
that
from
I
some
like
other
about this is
manufacturer.
that
And
you
so
can
it is
compare and
possible to
manage
link
it
Gen IC
really
down
easily,
to
and
an
it's
end-user
scalable
site.
for small and large teams.
This
So it
product
provides
uses
a lot
our
of connectivity options to
award-winning
existing
Station
on-site
IC
intercoms.
and Agent IC clients as a way to connect people together using the power of the cloud
That's really
for
cool.
people to be on an intercom.
Well, yeah, congratulations to the team at ClearComm for winning our Best of InfoComm award. So next up, another award winner. This is Aurora Multimedia. And Megan, you and I talked about this product yesterday. So this is the Reax room.
So what's going to happen is you can book the room with our booking application. Once you do that, you can then put seating locations. In this case, they made me Raul Harris instead of Paul Harris. That came from ISC when they wanted to give me a Spanish name. So there you go. I am now Raul Harris instead. But that aside, what happens is you now have seating locations. One of the awkward things when you first walk into a conference room is, where do I sit? Well, now you know exactly where you're going to sit, whether you like it or not. Now, once you sit there, maybe you're hard of hearing or you speak a different language. Well, every one of these units has Bluetooth LE in it, as well as a tip-ring sleeve built into it as well. You can have the audio go back and be amplified into your ear, or change the sound on it as well to be like a Japanese or Spanish
so,
or some
each
other
one of
language.
those has
You
a
can also
little
link up your Bluetooth to it and do a hearing aid with it or so forth. Now, if you want to take it one step
has
further,
your name on it, so
I
you know
can
where
take
to
my
sit.
phone with the NFC built
Each one
into it,
has
touch
an
it to
integrated
it, transfer the
microphone,
control to my phone, and then with my Bluetooth
it also
headset,
has a speaker, which you can see is over to the side that comes with the system. So that's just like scratching the surface of everything this could do. Like I was saying yesterday, I kept being like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And he'd be like, that's not all. And then he'd have like 11 more things that this system can do. So it's really cool. It's like these things are 4 inches each. So they're so small, but they really, really do pack a punch. They're really, really cool. So definitely.
The king of, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Exactly. So, all right, what do we have next?
So next we're going to be checking out this video from Audio Technica. This is their full name of the product, or the part number I should say, is ATND1061DAN. So it's beamforming, and then they added functionality to the mic. So it connects to different cameras, and they move to the active speaker, and they've added voice lift functionality, which is great for, they said, large classrooms, city councils, things like that. And one of the things I liked about this is that they work really closely with customers to improve the product. They didn't just like, a lot of companies are like, oh, we should do this. No, they asked the people that were using it, like, hey, how can we improve?
How can we improve that? I think that is really important. That's another trend I saw on the InfoComm show floor. We talked about how MaxHub did that yesterday with their 95-inch, about like the things that their customers were asking for from the last iteration. So I'm really excited that more manufacturers are listening to end users and customers in order to make their products even better, because I think that there kind of used to be a disconnect there.
Yeah, I agree. Let's bring up this next video from Data Video and Steph, I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah, sure. So this is the Voice TRX 100. This also won a Best of InfoComm award. So this allows PTZ cameras and video switchers to be voice activated. So it brings a full multi-camera studio experience to meetings and town halls and councils and chambers and classrooms. So there's camera switching and movement is triggered automatically based on the location of the speaker. So it's kind of like broadcast style and for speaking and presenting, but it's really, really user friendly because their products really are made to be used by like that CEO that can't do anything, or like a teacher that has a really hard time with technology. So I think they're a cool company.
Yeah, and congrats to them on winning an award.
Yeah. So next up, you guys know them, you love them, we love them too. This is Legrand AV. This is
our
the
new
brand
True
Middle
Tile
Atlantic
acoustic wall panel product. This is a new offer that we've co-developed with our sister lighting business, Focal Point. It is available in a number of finishes and
all different like
design patterns.
Mount acoustic
it easily applies to the wall with construction adhesive.
And
the panels are 2 foot by 2 foot panels.
And a unique
easily
style
scale
or
to
a
small,
wall art piece
medium, and
that
large
also happens
room
to,
deployments.
acoustically
Really great options
insulate the
for
wall.
any space where there
they
are
have 4
acoustic
designs,
challenges,
9
reverberation,
standard finishes, I want to say, and then they have
provides a really
few
easy
different
and
color
elegant
options.
looking addition
and
to
it's also made out of recycled materials.
We love sustainability, and I know Legrand is focusing a lot on that in the next few years as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of companies actually that were like quietly talking a lot about sustainability. Like I feel like PDS Philips had it very out there.
Sony talk about it a lot.
Yep,
and so does Sony.
Sony had one section of their booth. A few others are focusing on it, but like just didn't have a section of their booth about it. Because at first I was like, did we stop caring about sustainability? And I didn't realize it.
Well, I think a lot of like AV is inherently not sustainable.
No, it's horrible.
You know, so a lot of them, I don't know that they have like products that are sustainable, but more like their manufacturing processes are getting more sustainable. Their packaging, the way they ship things. I know when I talked to Peerless AV about it, that's pretty much what they're doing is, you know, like automatic lights off in the factory and the offices, and you know, how can we ship this more sustainably with less pieces or less weight, so we're not, you know, too much carbon emissions, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I think that, you know, we're going to have to be an organization that takes the biggest steps to kind of mitigate a lot of what's going wrong with the earth. But it's in a lot of different pieces. It's what can we do within our offices, but for a manufacturer, it's like what can we do within the products as well. So it's hard to do both things at the same time. So definitely you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, so check out SAVE. Let's do a little plug for them. Sustainability and AV. Our friend Kelly Perkins worked there. Christina works there, and all volunteer as board members. And they can tell you all more about sustainability development goals and their plan for the AV industry by 2030.
Yeah. And check out their Save a Second Life program for sustainably recycling old AV products.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to play one more little video for you in this section. And Gary and Bubba are talking about AV's influence on esports. Bubba, if you don't know, has a show, an esports show on rAVe Pubs. So let's hear what they had to say.
And by the way, I think one thing that can't be overstated is how big this market is going to get. The International Olympic Committee has adopted esports for a 2028 sport. Anytime a sport, like I remember when skateboarding became a sport, and I was like, okay, come on, skateboarding. I mean, and then, you know, I remember that snowboarding became, and look how popular those in the winter sports. Snowboarding is one of the top 4 or 5 watched sports. And it's one of those sports that nobody else does except snowboarders, right? Same thing's going to happen with esports. I think we're going to see that this is a cool thing to watch, even though we don't really understand it. And so I think from the Olympics, we're going to see this huge explosion of esports venues and support from the NCAA. You know, your foundation, what you're doing for high schools is phenomenal. And I think what'll happen is you're going to be in a Hall of Fame one day for launching esports on.
All right, Megan, I think it's time for some more awards, if that sounds good for you. All right, so best new mic system, surprise, surprise, that it goes to Shure's MXW Next 2. This product is really just not like anything else on the market, which is why it is winning so many awards this year. It is so cool. Go watch the product video. This is the most incredible microphone system for a teacher. You can assign a belt pack or a lanyard or a couple other versions of this so that you keep it with you, and you can walk into a classroom, plug it into a dock, and it automatically works with that classroom with that microphone. There's not a whole bunch of hassling and plugging in and downloading. This is really for those teachers who don't know nothing about that. They just need to come into the room and use their microphone. So it's really cool. So best new Pro AV speakers goes to K-Array's Lizard KZ14. The Lizard is not new, but the KZ14 is new. These are the most tiny little line array speakers you've ever seen. And those are for those really cool and different kind of installations where you need sound to be directional, but you don't want to see it. So very cool. It's awesome. Best new live event speakers goes to PK Sound for the T8. These are robotic line array speakers that you do not have to bring down to adjust where the sound is going. It's actually robotic, and you can do it with the software. I haven't seen anything else like this in the market. And also, they're a very cool and very nice company. I went to see the demo, and I was too late. They were packing it up, but they stopped packing it up to show me how it worked. So
we're gonna watch the video later today, but I just really loved how they did the demo. Like, it wasn't just like, here's your speakers. They have a beautiful wall behind it with moving content, and you were really able to focus on the speakers, but it wasn't just like, we're in a room with speakers.
Here's a speaker. Yeah, exactly. And then best new assistive listening solution goes to Televic for Unite. And then best new in-room audio solution goes to Televic for Unicos, which is the video that we showed you earlier. And then best new acoustic solution goes to Legrand AV's Middle Atlantics and Focal Point brands for True Tile. So congratulations to all of them.
Yay. Let's take another Extron break and check out their UCS 303/601.
Hi, this is Gary Kay. We're back in Vegas at the Extron's AV Technology Open House. I'm here with Roy Hermanson. Roy, how you been?
Excellent, Gary. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is USB. Everyone's using USB is a hot thing. Everyone's got cameras are USB, mics are USB now, computers now. A lot of people are taking USB out of computers. And you've got a new docking station, among other things.
Correct. The device we have, the UCS 601, is that Pro AV solution for a docking station. In the past, people try to take the one that came with a computer and they try to mount it. It wasn't designed to be mounted. So we have a simple enclosure here. And by the way, it comes with a zip clip mounting adapter to put it in. And you've got the ability to bring in a USB-C signal, and that's going to bring in DisplayPort, alt mode, video, and audio.
So you got USB on this side.
And it has then the HDMI out to handle it. But at the same time, we also are going to feed power back to the USB device, and by meaning that up to 60 watts.
So you can power a laptop and keep it up.
Or a tablet or something like that, and we initially communicate, we'll negotiate, does it need power or not, and go from there. And then for the USB side, on the front of the device, you've got 3 USB connections. So if it's a camera, mic, or speakerphone all in one combo or something like to handle that and make it happen. So, and indicator lights, which is an important thing to know if you have a signal or not on the device itself.
So for UC space, this would be awesome. It goes out, and the output is HDMI, so you connect it straight up to a monitor.
Correct. And where it wins there, Gary, is that you have a room that already had HDMI and a table, and now they all got new laptops that had Thunderbolt or USB-C or a tablet. You have a box that solves that problem and gives you USB as well.
So you have a larger kind of version of this. One's a switcher, though.
Correct. The switcher is a 303 because you have an HDMI signal. You may have a DisplayPort signal, but you're going to have a USB-C signal, and you're going to have the ability to switch them by control. You could also put it in auto switch mode, and at the same time in a room, you could trigger the display to turn on or off right from the box itself without an external control system to have that capability. The same thing is true of the routing. We're going to handle the USB, and we'll also supply that up to 60 watts of power it's required for that. It also comes with contact in, so you could use our Teamwork Show Me cables, and if you wanted to add some automation into the room, you have an input here, and you have power for an occupancy sensor like our OCS series to drive that. So it really can mount easily under a table or in a rack or something and provide provide all the solutions you need for that.
So just to mention this too, if you look, this is input 1 is HDMI, input 2 is DisplayPort, input 3 is USB-C. Ultimately, the output is HDMI with CEC control, which is nice. So if you don't even have to have that control.
You could plug this in right there to a display. You know, CEC is enabled. We could set up to turn it on and turn it off the display.
And you can use an external controller, or you have input. I need one of these right now for the live stuff I do in my office. So this is a perfect.
And auto switch capability as well at the same time, all built into that. Have that. So again, it is also a future-looking and capability. And again, the USB is breakaway in there as well. So definitely a hot product. And everyone who sees one used to ask, "Hey, can I evaluate one?" No, you're going to buy one, and they buy one.
Yeah.
So at that point, because it hits all the marks. And
so it works. That's part of your USB-C solutions. You can learn more about it at extron.com. Roy, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Gary.
Take care, and thanks for watching.
All right, next product video on the docket. So this is from Shure, and I feel like I have talked everyone's ear off about the MXW and also about its ceiling tile speaker. So this is a brand new lavalier condenser mic. This is the WL18X.
New versions are smaller and have even better audio quality.
Our good friend Chris Lyons is telling us in this video is that this is smaller and better audio quality than previous iterations of this microphone, and it's also lighter, which makes it easier to wear on your shirt collar, so it's not like dragging it down all over the place. And it's also easier to conceal on camera, and it now comes in both black and white.
Yay, exciting. So this next video is Excite, and Gary actually chatted with Excite and the HD-based Alliance to talk about why the Alliance supports Excite's cloud-based management platform. So we're going to play this at 100% volume and let Gary do the talking for us.
Interesting is your philosophy in supporting Excite, because I think it's unique.
Absolutely. You know, when we were introduced to Excite, it clicked. The industry was battling what is the right transfer technology. Is it AV over IP, HD-based, SMPTE, whatever. And I think the market realized now that there is no single technology that solves all the use cases, all the applications. So you have to use multiple technologies to solve that problem. But what is clear is that you need one unified control platform, one single unified management, maintenance, and control solution. And Excite brings that. And the fact that it can be running on the cloud is an extra plus. Obviously, I'm sure you guys will also need to do that on the premise as well. So this is why we like it.
And that is a unique advantage of Excite, is you're able to handle kind of any way anyone wants to use it.
Yeah, of course. And I gotta say something. You know, when I first reached Gabi, I think it was 4 years ago, we were pre-founded. Valence and the team were the first one to jump on the new cloud journey, and they said the exact same story at the time. And I think it's a lot of, there's a lot of similarity for Ethernet, as example you see, right? Yeah. There are different standards, but eventually when there's a standard for all, like Gabi said, to manage and monitor, it could be SDVOE, it could be HD-based T, it could be USB, in one centralized location, especially.
Okay, I'm excited about this next product.
Me too. So let's roll this clip from Insta360. So
it's called the Insta360 Connect, and from a hardware standpoint, what you have is a single bar with a dual camera setup. It's actually a dual 4K camera. There's a wide-angle camera on the left, and there's a PTZ camera on the right. And what that enables you to do is have a dual image. So if you look at the TV, the camera on the left is capturing a wide shot of the entire meeting room, and the camera on the right is able to track me wherever I go. So if I'm moving around the room and I'm presenting, really cool, it's always going to track the person that's speaking, so I can move around, and as I move, the camera will follow me. Now what's amazing is that it has seamless and lossless tracking.
Like,
so if I go behind you and I hide
into normal world.
Yeah.
So like when one of my friends comes up and they're like, "Have you heard of this?" I'm like, "Of course I've heard of this. I heard of this a year ago." So.
And moving on to Lightwear. So they introduced
this is a brand new
product, and that is
nothing else like it in the market. This is going to be available in the fourth quarter of 2024. This actually provides multi-screen technology.
Thank you. So why don't you tell them what it is?
So this is a USB-C and HDMI matrix, and it's got a dual display output, which they're kind of showing right now. This is kind of for a conference room, a huddle room, anywhere where you really need two displays, but you need them over a single USB-C cable. And that's really the beauty and elegance of the product. So, yeah.
And moving on to NDI. So NDI has
NDI 6 released in May, April,
and
May of this year,
is,
and it's got two main
new
features
for
that
them,
we're talking
and
about that's
there's
different
two
from the last
main
version
components
of
to this.
NDI.
The first is that it supports native
capabilities for
HDR.
HDR support,
So it
which
is
is built
like kind of
into
empowering
NDI 6.
broadcasters
So
and
we're talking
content creators
HDR
with a
10,
higher contrast and wider color gamut
however billions
and
of colors
minimal
it can
color
do now. We're
banding.
aiming
And then
for the Rec 2020, Rec
the next
2100
is
color
the
space.
the
That's going to be the
I
big main
never know
feature
how
you want
to
to
say
see is
this.
that NDI 6 now supports
I say
HDR
WAN.
capabilities.
If that's wrong, someone let me know in the comments.
WAN connectivity is now connected. It's now embedded into computers, cameras
and you
through
can
an
connect
NDI
one network
bridge
to another
utility
over
for
a
hardware.
wide area network,
AKA,
over a WAN.
don't need a
With NDI embedded bridge, that's now built
Okay,
into
that's
the
cool.
camera itself or into the device itself. You don't have to use.
All right, so let's go to the next video now. So let's go to Logitech. I love Logitech,
you can
and
see
so does
we have
everyone,
the
because
Logitune
Logitech always
app,
wins
which
a bunch
allows
of
me
our
to,
Reader's
of
Choice
course,
Awards.
enable
This
right
is
sight.
the
I can set the framing distance.
Actually, what
I can
am
make
using
it
right now. This is
closer,
a
further.
4K,
This is great when you're at
webcam.
home
It's got
and you might be
auto framing
standing behind your
technology.
desk and you
So
tend to
you
move
can
around like
see they're kind of
myself.
moving
The
around in the
Brio
video, and it's gonna follow
MX705.
you and help
We've
to frame
also
you.
increased the sensor size. It
It's
is
also got a lot
70%
more
larger
correction
than
for
the
low
Brio,
light than
and it's
previous
allowing with
iterations
AI
of
to
the
really
Brio.
focus on
So
the
an
actual
early,
face.
like
So
regular version of
it
the
lets
Brio,
in a
it
lot more
doesn't do
light.
great
You can see
when
these are
you don't
true
have ideal
colors.
lighting.
And
I
then,
don't have ideal
having right
lighting in
side
my
always
house. I'm
gets you
next to
the
a giant window, but it's actually helping this. It looks a lot worse when I've used other cameras. So I am literally a good example of what this camera can do. But I have it on 1080 and not 4K. So if you don't zoom in too much, it's not 4K. So just get that out of your head right now.
Okay.
Actually, never zoom in. Don't zoom in general, but.
Let's check out this next video from Crestron. So they love a Vegas theme, Crestron loves a theme. So this is pretty cool because their whole display here
the entire
represented
hotel
what
property
we would
space,
call a
including
true
gaming,
sportsbook
stickers,
so
visual content for different types of solutions. If you have branding for companies, any type of
and they're
solution.
showing
The second portion of our booth is what we call our betting carrel. This is a private area that you can come and sit down within the hotel's casino, have your own visual experience, choose your own sporting event.
Controlling
we have
your hotel
audio that you
room
can
with
listen to,
the light
and
switches
you can sit
and all of
with
that. And
this
it's
while
all
you bet and place bets for any of the different races or games that are going on during the sporting
They had
events.
a few,
The final solution
they
that we're
showed a
showing is
few
our
of what they
hospitality
did in a few
hotel room.
local hotels
And in
in
this,
Las
you're
Vegas
looking
too.
at
They
our
had
Crestron
they released
Zoom
some case
lighting.
studies that are on
This is an
ravepubs.com,
entire
but they
hotel
also were
suite
taking
of
people
lighting
and showing
control.
people that all they had done with
We
Crestron
have our
Control
touch screen
and
next
a
to it,
couple
which
of strip
allows us
hotels, which is
control
cool.
for all of the different amenities within the hotel properties. We can request cars, we can request towels, do not disturb.
They're like, hey, let's go
You
outside
may
and check out these
control
really
different
cool
functionality
installations
of
we've
this,
done
our
locally. So it'll be
HVAC
interesting to see if
controls.
that also
And of
translates
course,
to
next
Orlando,
door
because
to this
Orlando's
is
like a
the
little
actual
more
thermostat or
spread
Horizon
out than like Vegas
thermostat.
is kind of
And
all
our
right
new
there.
It's all right there. Yeah, that's true. But this even happened when I went to CEDIA. I feel like I had a couple of installation tour things when I was there last year. So I just think it's becoming more popular to take people off site and show them exactly what products can do. So this next one, this is one that Megan and I were talking about earlier. So this is PK Sound's T8. It is a robotic line source
and T18 line
speaker.
Source system,
and
introducing multi-axis robotics to the world.
We're scratching
Let's
the
go ahead
surface
and
of
move
this
thing
thing. It is
vertically.
so
You can
cool.
see we have the ability
But
to
this
set the
pay
vertical
close
angle
attention
to
because you'll see it actually
0.1 degrees of
moving.
resolution.
Oh yeah,
like the
So in
programming.
addition to be able to move this remotely from a safe location, we have the ability to get incredibly precise vertical directivity. Okay, Daryl, that looks great. Let's go ahead. We'll take it from 120 degrees to 60 degrees in the narrow. So we go from arguably the widest dispersion in a line source system to the narrowest with a single skew.
Yeah.
But in addition to being able to remove
It
somewhere
does.
from 250 hertz
They have
to
remote
20K,
real-time control
we can
of
do that
both vertical
asymmetrically. Let's
and
go ahead and do that.
horizontal
So if we've got a
directivity.
reflective wall,
And that's using
we
their
can remove
multi-axis
more than
robotics
6
and dynamic
dB of that
control
energy
software.
of huge
Nice.
swath frequency.
No, this is such a cool product.
And that's what I was talking about before with the demo with the walls behind it. Like, it looks nice.
That's awesome. So next up, this is QSys, which is, a product that you might, it's kind of product solution that you might be kind of familiar with, probably are. So they had some brand new updates, and a few of these
simply
include
QSys Reflect.
some new
this
pricing
is an
and some new
part of
reworked
every
feature
QSys
tiers.
system.
They
This
also
means that
have
you're going to get for
real-time
free,
help monitoring now
real-time
for
health
all
monitoring
connected
for all
QSys
connected
systems and
QSys
peripherals.
systems
So
and
this also
peripherals,
includes
including
third-party.
third-party devices.
But they also have
we're also
a
gonna provide
new
you with,
real-time
real-time
alert and
alerts
notification
and notifications,
option. So
as well as
yeah,
webhooks integrations,
very
which
cool.
lets
And I
you
think that's also
integrate
something we're seeing more and more is the real-time monitoring aspect of products, because I've heard that a lot at InfoComm.
That's that AV as a service, baby.
Yeah.
the AV really
But,
servicing.
Perhaps like previously, I think we've heard about that more from integrators offering that through their own kind of systems, and now it's manufacturers are making it easier.
Yeah, I think like Snap One has a new like monitoring option that they're really taking it on with their AV as a service. I know a few other manufacturers that have mentioned that they have started doing this like real-time monitoring of their products, because they the idea is that it saves integrators time if they can look at a pane of glass and kind of determine and troubleshoot, rather than having to go out to the site and like.
I wonder how much of that is for like self-interest. Like, are the manufacturers getting those reports and then saying like, okay, we're consistently seeing it fail in this situation or this time of day, and then they can improve the products?
Well, yeah, like they didn't do it to be nice.
Yeah.
Like for fun. So I definitely agree. I think that it's partially like some self-help to be like, okay, we're noticing consistent errors here, so we'll roll that out with the next software update to patch whatever goes wrong there. But then at the same time, it does actually save integrators time and potentially, gas money and resource money and other things, because they don't have to go out every single time something goes wrong. So.
Let's roll into the next video from our
We are showcasing our flagship Encore 3.
Encore 3.
Encore 3 is the third
We
generation
love,
master platform,
a live event
designed
product.
for
So this
live
can be
events
used for
that
a
are
temporary or
temporary
fixed install, which is
fixed
very
install.
cool. And
Encore 3
basically,
here
it
shown in
gives
the
live
stack
event
configuration
professionals
has
a broader
total of
canvas
16
space, expanded system
4K60 program
resources
outputs
from easy
that has
linking, and you're
on
able
this
to do
canvas.
advanced
Let's take a look at the
transitions
back of the
between
unit
layers
to get a
during the
better idea.
runtime. It's
So
high quality
when you look at
processor,
the back of the unit, what you see
very
is a completely
flexible, and
modular
it's
system
all
for
boxed
inputs
into
and output
one
cards.
solution. So they
What
like
you
to
see
say
here
that
is our
that's the
standard
premium
configuration. A standard
design.
configuration has
You
a
can see
link
here
card,
just kind of going
2
through all the
HDMI input
components of the
card, a
back end of the
DisplayPort
system
card,
and how you can
a
link them up
tri-combo
from
input,
one unit to
tri-combo
2
output,
units.
and HDMI output.
That's
So
cool.
as a single chassis,
yeah, the Encore 3, it won one of our Reader's Choice Awards, actually. So
Nice.
the readers are a big fan too. But yeah, Barco is actually, I feel like, most chosen for like a lot of like artsy installations. You remember Van Gogh one that was touring?
Yeah.
There were a couple of Van Gogh ones, but there was one Van Gogh one that was touring, and it came to Raleigh, and I went, and trust that I stood on a chair so that I could see like who made the projector. It was Barco. So
nice.
But yeah, continuing on. So Kramer is actually
just came out
showcasing
these new slick modular
TBUS
T-bus table box connectivity solutions,
InfoComm. So
and a couple things to point out here, right?
USB-C and HDMI.
First of all, just listen to
and
that
as you can
sound,
see,
right?
it comes in a
Watch it
few
go in
different
there.
colorways.
We do have a lot of focus on USB-C these days,
and in
full
sections of 2,
65
4,
watt
6,
charging.
and these are completely
USB-C,
modular,
HDMI,
as you can see. So
any color you like,
very cool.
as long as it's black, silver, or
I
white.
like how it just pops open so easy and goes.
Yeah,
goes away.
That's clean.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Smooth, boy.
So for this next video, our friend Joe Dunbar, I think, has been trying to steal our job for a few years.
Oh.
He's really going for it, stealing the mic every time we see him at a trade show. So we're just going to let Joe do the interview for us in this next video.
Do it, Joe.
Hey everyone, Joe Dunbar with Starin. We're here at InfoComm 24. I have my colleague Louis Robinson from Midwich. Louis, welcome to Las Vegas. Are you staying cool?
No, not at all. It's so hot here, and you can hear it in my throat. It's so dry as well. Being from the UK, it has hit me like a ton of bricks.
We've just got started here, and Louis' voice is already going, you guys. So we're at the Starin booth. Louis, how many brands do we have here? 6, 7? What do we got going on?
Yeah, I'm going to turn around and count now. We got like 5 brands across the Midwich group here this year, which is really, really nice. It's seeing the group come together. Like I say, I'm from the UK, right? This is my first time in Vegas. It's my first InfoComm. And coming together with the family, and that's really what it is here at the Midwich Group. We're a big family, bringing everyone together. what can we say?
It's honestly, it's such a good vibe. So if you need any distribution services, if you're a manufacturer looking to get your products out there, if you're an integration looking to pick up all the right solutions and get some help with it, we do design services. We can help you find the right things. You can come find us. For me, it's starin.biz. Louis, what's the website for Midwich they can go find you at?
Midwich.com, head on over there. We've got all our products there. You can get in touch with all your account managers. And just like Joe said, we've got design teams over there too. So if you're just getting off the ground and you want help getting into different markets, that's exactly what we're there for.
Otherwise, you can come find us at InfoComm 24 on the show floor at booth C8022.
Move on to videos that we can talk over. We're going to check out this video from
Bolero has been around since 2017. It is a de facto standard for wireless intercom, the most reliable and the most advanced system that's out there today.
It's unique
so
because
it all starts around, and we can do this all within DECT and 1.9 gigahertz, and we can also do it in 2.4 gigahertz.
Yeah, so they can kind of like
the bell packs
call
all have 6 functions in them, 6 buttons
anyone
that
else
can be
has
programmed,
like
plus
this.
a reply
I
key.
think
So 7 buttons.
Yeah, that's how we picked a lot of the videos. Anything that I was like, I don't think anything else exists like this. we
Bluetooth headsets to here, or pair your phone with it so you can take remote callers in and join them into the conversations with anybody.
Nice. So let's also check out Lenovo. We're going to play part of the booth tour as we talk about this. Gary went on a tour with Mark
This will be shipping towards the end of summer.
Okay,
That's
yeah, and he actually got some brand new product scoops. So think Smart Dock. It's not shipping yet. It's going to ship likely by the end of this summer. And so this gives you that. Well, he's explaining it.
Can we see how that works? Can you open it up?
Let him.
Absolutely. So on the inside, you can see all the connectivity for all the different things that you might need. And this will power your laptop, 65 watts.
So then when you walk in, you just have one USB-C connection. And
I love that
all the room peripherals
really cool.
can be connected there.
That's
Absolutely.
really nice.
So it makes
so
the
so cool thing about it is that it connects your peripherals and display and then connects your laptop all through a single USB-C, which is keep it simple, keep it elegant. I like that a lot. So let's go. Our next video is from Yamaha, Unified Communications. And this is the DM7 series. And this is just the next iteration of this series, basically. So this is a 120 channel audio mixer. It's it's basically like what they've had out a little bit, but it's just kind of like the bigger, the better version. Basically is what's happening here. But Yamaha, since they've been in the music industry for so long, they're kind of the perfect people to make something like this and something that works and something that you can rely on. So thought we'd include at least one mixer in here today.
Yeah. So we're going to show one more video before we get into some awards, and we're just going to let them talk about this for us. So Steph, you talked to Alan Nichols about some of the things that are going on at MaxHub, including the company's new 92-inch ultra-wide display. So let's check that out.
Speaking of new product, there's a new one right behind us. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is our new 92-inch ultra-wide. Since we have our 105-inch ultra-wide, and it's been a great hit, but the problem is you need a loading dock for that at your building. And if you're in, say, like a New York building or Chicago building that's 200 years old, that is not going in the elevator. Then you have to rent a crane, take the window out. It's not a good look. And the 92, we designed it to be a little bit lighter weight. It's actually brighter. That's 600 nits. And we wanted it to be able to fit in elevators, be easily installed, and just kind of fit with the whole, we want to make it simple and easy solution like all the other pieces that we have.
This sounds like something that was maybe born out of listening to some customers.
Yes, our customers are key to our success. So when we get feedback from our customers, just like our X-Core kit, they're like, hey, we love this thing. The cord is too short on it, and we need more than one display. So that's when we came out with our new X-Core Pro. And our engineers, this is why I love working here. Our engineers are amazing, and I've never seen products being developed so fast, and all of the feedback being taken and just absolutely executed perfectly in the solution.
Okay, so let me give away a few more awards before we continue on to more cool products. So the award for Best Intercom System goes to Real Communications for Bolero, which is what we just showed you. The future of video award goes to TV One's Calico, which I think we're going to show you today. Best new AV over IP IPMX based product goes to Plexus AV. Best HD based T based product goes to A10 for its VE811T and VE811TR. Best new AV over IP SDVOE based product goes to IDK Corporation's MSDV6. Best AV over IP multi-viewer solution goes to Visionary Solutions MV5. So congratulations to all of them. Let's get into some more videos now.
Steph, those are long award names. You did very well pronouncing all of them.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thanks. I have practiced.
I like it. So next, let's check out this video from Ocean Way Audio. So this is their rAVe large venue sound system. So it's high efficiency, fully horn loaded, high powered, single source, high fidelity, large venue sound source, and it's engineered and fully dependable acoustic directivity in both vertical and horizontal.
This problem called acoustical interference. It's because
of
multiple sources.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, one thing I like that they say is that the human race has never before had such a capable means of amplifying the sonic arts.
So true. Wow.
We're going to watch now another video from Hovercam. Steph, I know you love them, so I'll let you talk about this one.
Yes, so let's roll this, and I'll kind of talk over it as Craig's showing you about it. So this is basically like a plug-and-play document camera for any IT department environment. So the computer definitely just quickly recognizes this as a USB camera. You can see as he's like taking it all around town over there. But he says that like no other document camera on the market does this. And even Windows like recognizes this as a USB camera. So he's gonna like show it in another configuration in a second where he like plugs it back in and it just like automatically recognizes it, which apparently is
So basically,
it doesn't usually do that. So yeah. There he goes. He's plugging it in. Yeah.
And the computer sees it as a USB camera without any.
Yeah. So very cool for a document camera. You know, I kind of thought those were. I hadn't heard anything about those in a little bit, so it's interesting to see that they're still definitely happening.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that. So let's bring up the next video from JetBuilt. So they introduced a new client portal, and he's going to talk about in the video a lot of the AI uses for the portal.
To introduce the project.
But their portal basically is designed to streamline communications for integrators, so you can easily share your project status, your drawings, equipment manuals, all of that type of stuff. And then you can update the product status across different phases, like when you're in the contract phase, the engineering, installation, and basically like reducing client inquiries, like nobody's calling you every 3 seconds to say what the status, they can just look it up. And we should mention also that at InfoComm JetBuilt celebrated its 10th birthday.
Congratulations! 10 years old.
Yeah, they had a fun little party at the Westgate after the show one night. It was lovely. Yeah.
Did you go?
I swung by for a minute on my way back to my room.
Your new users get up to speed on JetBuilt.
Love that. Very cool. Well, they're a cool company. This was a very interesting addition that I think will bode well for them. So next up, that I like Rinkus Hines. I love like a family-owned company. You know, so and Rinkus Hines is really cool. So they have this Omni Beam, and it has a snap to audience button, which is actually really cool. It does custom tailored coverage, which is dialed into the geometry of whatever space it is.
From their beam-steered loudspeakers, all in a
that's
matter
very
of
cool.
seconds, helping you save time and money on your job sites, enabling you to focus your energies on more important.
So yeah. Oh. Next up, we got a good one. We got a good one.
This one's cool.
This one's cool. So this is from Leon Speakers. This is the Edge Media Frame, and there are a few different iterations of this. So it's this one that we're showing you is like for conferencing or something similar, and it's a MDF frame with a backboard on the wall. In any configuration, it works with any camera because these are custom made, each one of these. And they have a version that is mountable. They have a version which is standalone, and they have a version which is like pushed up against to the wall. The pushed up against the wall version they actually created for like historic buildings that can't have stuff mounted on them. So it's another example of a company listening to users, because a bank that was like in a historic building actually like asked them for this. They were like, we can't mount anything on our walls due to whatever. Historic buildings have all types of rules, and they're like, we are not allowed to mount anything on these walls, but we still like the look of this. So they made the pushed up against the wall version, which I thought was very cool. Leon Speakers is the number one company for beautiful AV, I think.
Yeah.
You will not see a cable. They will make the most beautiful solution that hides every cable. And I want to say each one takes about like 6 to 8 weeks to make when you order it, because they're all completely custom to your speaker, your display.
They're really a team of artists. Like I think Noah especially is an artist at heart, and it shows through their product line.
Yeah.
So let's play the next video. So basically,
Grid is an adaptive cable management distribution system. Makes it very easy to make ads, moves, and changes very rapidly, very easily.
They have
it's all gravity-held interlocking components.
An adaptive cable
management
distribution system.
Behind me here,
but what I think
you can
is
see
the cool
grid
part
power.
about
It's
this
a
company
3-phase
is they have
50 amp
an
modular
augmented
power
reality
bus track.
app
Every
that
one
after
foot
you
you have a
kind of
tap off, and that
installed
whip can
everything,
lead to some
you
sort
go
of
on
user
your phone and
interface,
it creates
such
a virtual
as a
walkthrough of the space.
floor box or
where
under
all
desk
the
mount.
cables are. So there's
Then
no more
on
like
the backdrop here,
guesswork,
we're
like,
showing
oh, where do we
our
put this one? Where is
mobile app.
it? And it's
The
all
mobile
right
app
there on your phone,
houses
like
all the
laid out for
Hasbro's
you.
tutorials on how to interact with the floor, cut sheets, whatever you need to make.
I feel like I first saw this in, I think, InfoComm 2021 or 22.
Yeah.
So they've been around a few years, but it's definitely a very cool product. Definitely makes an integrator's life easier, because you don't have to rip up, the whole floor just to find one bad cable.
So security is becoming a bigger part of AV. So let's play this next video from Atlas IET. They have a lot of security solutions, but earlier this year, right before ISC West, which is a show focused on security installation, they invested in Intellisy, which is basically an AI platform for security. Talking a lot about here, and a little trigger warning, he is going to pull out a fake gun. So don't be alarmed when you see that on the screen. He's going to show you how it works. But I think this was a really smart decision for them, because security, is converging with AV, and AI is a huge part of both of those industries.
Yeah.
There's a spill, you need to clean it up.
This is very
someone
cool.
has an accident. But in
yeah, you can see it like checking out all the people in the area.
Everyone up.
So when I hold up this,
and you can see he has his little fake gun right now.
Here,
oh yeah.
It'll show us a percentage.
Oh, and it's
of
identified
that
it.
Weapon is
yeah.
About 80%, and it'll trigger an event in our system next door to it, single wire, letting them know that there is a threat being present, and you can then have the building go into lockdown, or it can be sent off to just certain individuals to respond to the system, saying, cool. Hey, we need to send action.
It's very nice. And we know our friend Gina from Atlas ID is watching right now. So hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina. Thank you for watching.
Steph, let's do some more awards.
Yeah, sure. What the heck? So let's give away a few more awards. I'm going to share my screen here. So best new video switcher goes to what we showed earlier. Or did we show this yet? They're all mixing together.
Yeah.
If we haven't, we will. This is a Lightware's Taurus UCX 4x3 HCM40. Yes, we showed this. All right. Next up, best new wireless sharing product goes to Bluestream's WM-F51. Best AV over IP networking switch goes to Netgear AV's M4250. Best room control switcher goes to Wirestorm's MX1007 HYB. Best virtual production demo goes to Inco's Chimera. Am I saying that right? I was doing so well, and now I'm just losing it. Best use of NDI and Pro AV goes to Kiloview's NDI Cube X1. So congratulations to all of them. Let's get back into some more videos.
So this first video that we're going to show is from Visionary Solutions. So this is their MV5 IP multiviewer.
Nice.
So this is a one RU rack mountable, ultra low latency 4K 6444 encoder. And each input can be scaled and positioned to default presets.
Gets streamed to any decoder on the network or all decoders on the network. So our multi-viewer.
Yeah, this is a cool solution. And Steph, I'm going to let you do the next video because I know this is one of your favorite companies to chat with.
I do really like D10. So this is D10's bar. This is a video conferencing solution for your huddle room, your kind of small to mid-sized conference room. And the cool thing about this, or there are a lot of cool things about this, it's one of my favorite video bars on the market, but it works in any orientation and it continues to work when you flip orientation, which like you're not really gonna do that like in real life,
so when
but
you buy the D10 bar small room
if you need to,
includes the D10 bar.
And so this is going to be really cool for a flex room where you occasionally just need to mount it on top of or on bottom of one display, or when you need to turn that flex room into a bigger boardroom, you can put it in between vertically two displays and then it'll still work. So it's very cool, and it just became certified for Microsoft Teams rooms.
Yay. So this next video we are doing is from Humley.
If you press
nice.
the calendar icon,
Yeah,
you can
let's
see
check it out. So this is an 8-inch capacitive touch with anti-fingerprint treatment.
Here you see that somebody has reported a
Very cool. I like the lighting.
So the light, I want to say you could do like 98 colors or something crazy, or maybe it was 40. I think it was 90. There was a lot of different colors you can do. Right here they have the IP program for green and yellow.
Nice. Yes, because I think what they typically have it do is like green for like this is available, yellow for it's about to be booked, and then red for like no, someone's using this right now. So
yeah, and they again have an open API for third-party integration and also remote management and monitoring, which is the trends we've been, I feel like, talking about all day.
Nice. Yes. So next up is from Bluestream. This is the product that won the award earlier. So this is the MV41. So this allows up to 4 HDMI 2.0 sources to be output to a single display at the same time. It's got predefined and customizable video layouts, seamless switching, of course. This also supports HDMI loop-through for all of its HDMI inputs, allowing the cascading of original source signals for further distribution. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm just showing you that right now. So, all right, what do we have next?
We have another award winner, the K-Array, the Lizard.
Oh yeah, I love it.
The ultra micro line array speaker. So we're going to see just how tiny this is. I know Steph, you say this is the tiniest speaker in
It's comprised of 4 half-inch drivers.
But it does pack a punch. You know, this is in any type of application where you have to have directional audio without kind of seeing where it's coming from. So places like museums, art installations,
bronze,
like that.
A variety of other finishes.
I don't remember where I was, but I was talking to an integrator one time, and she was like, "You wouldn't believe some of the places I've had to put a K-Array Lizard." Like she's like, I've had to put them in the weirdest corners and like up in here, like hide it here so that no one sees it, but that like you can hear the audio really well.
Yeah. So next up, we have this video from Audinate. They are showing off the
ability to do parametric control through Dante. So what we've got over here is we've got a PoE Dante amp from one of our manufacturers, in particular Stewart Audio and Elitone.
This is very cool because
and the real trick with this product is
it's got automatic configuration and discovery, media transport, it's got routing as well, but now Dante-enabled devices can be controlled and monitored in various ways. So you can view and change specific parameters, clock configuration settings for one. Dante devices are also capable of sending status events that can be viewed using Dante controller. So these include the changes in clock status or network interface changes.
We also get status and monitoring information from the device. So if I go back over to the...
And then we're going to do one last product video and then get into some awards, do a little, you know, extra on break, and then do our outro.
All right.
I know, it feels like it went so fast. So the last video is from our friends at Wirestorm. We are checking out their
USB-C,
MX1007
HDMI,
HYV matrix
HDBaseT, and
switcher.
AV over
So
IP
this
inputs and outputs,
helps you
and that's
simplify
why
your
we call it
setup with
hybrid.
HDBaseT
It has really
technology. It offers
powerful
long-distance
scaling
audio and
outputs
video
that
transmission over a
allows
single cable. So you
instant
have a really
switching speed, which is
clutter-free
less than 1
environment.
second. It's
It
full
has
4K
scalability with Network
6444
HD500,
with a
and they
built-in
say you can elevate
KVM
your audio with the integrated
solution.
Dante
It has
technology and a
down tape,
100-watt
it has
amplifier
an
with ESP.
audio
So basically, you're trying to ensure
amplifier,
that you
and
have a
so many
powerful,
other things.
immersive
We also
auditory
have a
experience with this
built-in
product.
Very cool.
DSP that is
Nice.
shown here on
All
the
right.
screen.
Well, award time, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah. So, best AV as a service ecosystem goes to Excite. Best system design package goes to JetBuilt. Best use of AI in Pro AV goes to X10 AV. Best emergency services and security AV product goes to Atlas IED for IntelliSea. There's really no one else doing it like Atlas IED, like you talked about. Most creative new physical security product. This goes to Axis Communications Q9307. Most creative cybersecurity product goes to Belkin for its 4-port modular secure KM switch. I think I have a couple more. Best new emerging market opportunity for LG Electronics. This is the digital out-of-home EV charging kiosks. Best new tool for live events pros goes to Braun Tapes for the gaff gun, which is really cool. It's like another like simple but really, really elegant and cool product. And then best new stage effects product goes to Froggy's Fog for Poseidon.
This love Froggy's Fog around here.
So there's really like no other company that does so many cool stage effects like they do.
Yeah.
They have like a whole scent lab where they've got like a million scents you can want your fog to smell like. That seems so silly, but it's not. Like,
no, we need Froggy's Fog in the booth next year to make our duck effect really like a bubble bath.
But like also think about like a immersive ride at an amusement park.
Yeah.
Think about walking into think about the Sphere. I don't know if you got a chance, Megan, to
didn't.
Okay. I went and saw the Postcard from Earth at the Sphere, which is the like 50-minute film that they're showing directed by Darren Aronofsky. It's really cool. It is very similar to if you have ridden Soarin' at Disney World. It is like that, but more. So it is like sights. The seats are haptic. The sound is incredible. It's done by Holoplot. But also there are scents pumped in so that you feel like you are wherever you're looking at. So Froggy can be part of that as well because they have so many different scent options. So I don't know. It's just another like level of using the senses to immerse you in a space.
Yeah, I love that. Let's play one more Extron video before we're done.
Hey, this is Gary again. We're back at Extron's AV Technology Open House. This is our last stop on the tour here in Vegas. And I'm with Dave Pinchek, VP of Product Development. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great, Gary.
So look, Dave and I have known each other a long time, so that's okay. But listen, we're going to talk about something you may not even realize you need to care about. And so you can imagine if you're a college campus and you've got audio amplifiers in every single classroom, 150, 200 classrooms, that's using a lot of power. That's costing a lot of money. You were the first manufacturer to have Energy Star amplifiers, right? Energy Star compliant amplifiers.
That's right. We're the first company in the Pro AV industry to do Energy Star.
Yeah, and that meant that you were following guidelines and kind of explain sort of what the industry standards are. And I want you to explain what you've done with this new amplifier because it's quite unique and it's going to save people a lot of money in that application.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Energy Star, in order to be Energy Star compliant, the amplifier has to automatically go into standby. And typically what happens, we wait till we don't hear any audio, and after 30 minutes, we go into standby. In standby, we draw less than a watt. And so
is that 30 minutes a standard that Energy Star came up with?
Yeah, that's a industry standard, okay. Right. And so when we hear audio, we wake back up.
Right.
And our first generation of amplifiers, it took us about half a second to wake back up, to be back to full power, half a second. Okay. Half a second, you miss about a word or two. And that's where the entire industry is. They're half a second or longer to wake up.
So if you looked at all the other audio companies that have amplifiers, that's what they'd be.
Yeah, you miss a word or two before they're back to full power. Our second generation, we got that down to 100 milliseconds. 100 milliseconds is a syllable. Okay. So you miss a syllable, but we're back to full power in a pretty quick period of time.
After that 30 minutes.
After that 30 minutes of waiting to go into standby. The latest generation of XPAUs, we can wake up in 5 milliseconds. 5 milliseconds is that fast. Yeah. If you walk up to a microphone and do that, you hear that.
You're gonna hear the snap
because we're that fast. Okay. And because we can wake up so fast, we no longer wait 30 minutes to go into standby.
So if you're not waiting 30 minutes, does that mean, like, do you have to go back to Energy Star and have them change their guidelines, or how's that going to work?
Oh, it would be nice to go back to Energy Star and have them one-up the game. They actually are in review of increasing the requirements. Yeah. Most of the increased requirements are trying to get less power during the standby time. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what.
It'll be very interesting.
We don't have any control over Energy Star. They're a government entity.
But see, the thing is that during that 30 minutes times 150 classrooms, you're still using power at the same level.
Right. Your amplifier's at idle. Okay, and typically an amplifier at idle is drawing around 20 watts. So you got 20 watts being drawn for 30 minutes.
Times 150 classrooms. That's a lot. That's hundreds of dollars a month.
Right. So with this guy, we wake up in 5 milliseconds, and we go into standby in 8 seconds.
So you don't wait the 30 minutes. You go into
30 minutes to when we have no audio. We do it in 8 seconds. So with this station, we can demonstrate. I can pull the audio out of pause, and you can see here we're in standby. We're drawing less than a watt. The power supply is in a pulse mode, so it comes on, keeps the capacitors fully charged on the output, and then goes to sleep. And so you see that, that's why you see that oscillating. As soon as I hit this to play some audio,
there's also a microphone comparison section.
It wakes up as soon as I press the button. I'm going to pause that, and
within 8 seconds.
Within 8 seconds, that's going to drop down to less than a watt.
And you can see on the amplifier.
Amplifier went to sleep already. We're at less than a watt.
Yeah.
And you can see as soon as I press that button, and you see here on the amplifier, I'm not controlling the amplifier. I'm only controlling pause on the player.
A lot of different instruments and styles of music on this.
Immediately turns on, immediately went up to the full wattage. So you're talking about saving thousands of dollars for a typical on a campus like that.
Yeah, and it's not just cost savings, right? For us, it's longevity. Yeah. When you take heat out of a product, the product lasts longer, right? So when you go into this standby, we're pulling a lot of heat out of it. And the amplifiers are typically the device that heats up the entire rack, right? That's right. So we're increasing the longevity of all the equipment in the rack by pulling the heat out by going into standby faster.
Well, there's also an environmental value too, right? I mean, everybody's trying to build products that are better for the environment. And in here, if you come to Extron's any of their showrooms, you'll be able to see this demonstrated. And here you're showing a rack and sort of all of the different ways you're addressing power.
Right. Most of Extron's products have the ability to be placed into a standby mode through what we call our SIS, our simple instruction set via RS-232 or Ethernet. And by sending a command to a product, you can put it into a low power state and save typically 50%. So we can put a matrix switcher or a scaler in a standby and cut the power in half.
Okay, and then, but you still have this InstaWake feature on the newer amplifiers.
Yeah, this is on the newest amplifiers, right?
Right. So, but in the current amplifiers, you have the ability to do that, and you're able to demonstrate that here.
Yeah, I can show here. Let me come around the side so I'm not in the way. Okay, so here's an amplifier running at full power. Actually 2 amplifiers, we're pulling 155 watts. When I take the audio signal away and it goes into idle or quiescent, you can see it drops down to about 20 watts, and that's the amount of power it's sitting there pulling for those 30 minutes while it's waiting to go into standby with the current generation. When I put the unit into, I meant to press this a second time, put this guy into standby, it'll drop down. We have 2 amplifiers here, so it dropped down to 1.5 watts, less than a watt each. This takes about 6 seconds to go into complete low power mode. There you go.
Okay.
So you went from 155 watts running full power, no audio signal, idle was at 20 watts, but in standby
But the point here is that you've already been doing this in one form or another since the beginning.
Since we started doing amplifiers about 10 years ago.
Yeah, and so this is a good education. But this, one other thing to mention.
This is the next quantum leap.
And this is patented, right?
The circuitry for doing InstaWake is patented, yeah.
Yeah, and so therefore it's
patent pending.
It's the only way you can get it right now is the way the Extron's doing it. It'll be interesting but you're still Energy Star compliant?
Yeah, the new model's Energy Star compliant.
Okay, good.
It will be. We haven't put in. Actually, we did just finish tests. This guy doesn't have its sticker on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Energy Star compliant.
All right, and this is a brand new product that was just introduced. I remember writing this up just last week. So this is the XPA-U. 204, 2004. Something
we have the 2004 and 4004.
4004. Okay.
Yeah, these are the ones that have
2-channel versus 4-channel, I guess.
Correct.
Okay, great. You can find out more information at Extron.
They're both 4-channel. I'm sorry, 200 watts versus 400 watts.
Okay, 200 watts versus 400 watts. There you go. You can find out more information at extron.com, and of course, or contact Dave. He loves this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dave at extron.com.
And we're back.
And we're back. I was totally not saying weird stuff behind the scenes. I've never done that before.
Well, this has been another fantastic replay stuff. It's always so fun to recap the show with you and go through, because I know there's a lot of things, like obviously we can't see the whole show floor. So I feel like when we put this together, I do some stuff you haven't seen, you put in some stuff I haven't seen. And then, obviously we watch the videos before the live broadcast, so we know what we're talking about. So it's interesting to see the show floor through your eyes and vice versa, because we obviously focus on very different things.
Yes, exactly. And I think that it was hopefully a good time for everyone watching to kind of get a sense of, all right, yeah, here's what the big booths were showing, but here maybe some of these new companies that you potentially haven't heard of before, but now you're interested in, because even the smallest of booths had really cool stuff that they brought to InfoComm. So yeah, I hope that this was valuable to everyone watching. And of course, like, Megan and I just showed you a clip of each product video. So most of these are about like a minute or two longer than what we showed you. So you can go and watch the full product videos. Scroll down to the bottom of this page. There is a playlist for yesterday, a playlist for today. You can scroll through those videos and watch the full ones if you want to get all the full lists of specs and all of that information.
Yeah, and you can check out all of our InfoComm coverage at launchcode.com and ravepubs.com. So you can see we have product videos, we have written interviews, written articles. Be sure to go check that out. And also, if you made it through today, you have earned 1.5 CTSRU. So be sure to check your email. Within the next 2 weeks, you'll have a certificate from our team, and a reminder that will go to the email that you registered for this event with. So be sure to be checking that email. And then we also have a lot of events coming up on launch.com. So check those out, because there you can earn CTSRUs, discover really interesting things. We're talking about the corporate market coming up in July. We're doing an episode of AV in real life, talking about the Talking Stick Resorts install. There's going to be some really great stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a really fun time. We've got a lot going on. And Steph and I also want to give a shout out to our teams that are behind the scenes.
Yep.
We want to give, all of our video shooters at InfoComm. It's not just the two of us and Gary, who you see on screen. There's a lot of production work that goes into us. And obviously a special shout out to Carrie, who is producing this behind the scenes and dealing with our crazy, no, switch this to that video. We're going to do this now.
Yeah. Shout out. Our whole team is actually, they're all like magical people who work really hard and are capable of so much. So thank you so much to everyone who made this possible, and thank you to the audience. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you had a good time. And if you would like to see something else, see us take a different direction for our next replay event, feel free to drop it in the comments, or you can even email me. My email is Steph, STEPH @therAVeAgency.com. I am happy to listen to you.
Yeah, and we'll see. I think our next replay event is going to cover Commercial Integrator Expo and CDA Expo. So we'll see you at replay. But before then, we have plenty of launch events coming up. So check out launch.com for all those. That's LAVNCH.com.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.